Right, so it is just before 12 o'clock. Now, I've already done my prediction video, so in this one I'm going to talk about, we played 27 games and time is running out for our club. So here's what I'm thinking. We've got Chelsea on Monday, 3 points against them, and that 3 points is going to help us to claim the league. Then we've got very hard games coming up, West Ham and others. But if we keep pushing, scoring goals and keeping a clean sheet, I believe it's possible that from 8th we can rise up the table, and then when we get to 5th, proper stick your foot down on the accelerator for the remainder of the season, which means putting together a bloody good run of games where we're undefeated. So that's what I'm looking at the minute, and that is to get us back into those spots for the Champions League. I know many people are going on about the UEFA Conference League. Well, yeah, I mean, we could do that, but that would mean we're not focused on the Champions League again. And I'm sure our chairman, Yasser Al-Rumayyan, will be speaking about that to Darren Eales, Amanda, Mirdad and Jamie to do that final push. It is going to be solid. It's going to be like climbing Mount Everest without aid of oxygen, etc. But years and years ago, people did the same thing. They went to conquer, and they did conquer. So that's what Newcastle United have to do, because there is no better time to do that than there is right now. This is the business end of the season, whether those who are watching this video want to know or not. We have to go a number of games unbeaten so that we rise up the table. We have to keep clean sheets, which means Martin Dubravka, who has done very well, has to move up to the next step to say we are going to have clean sheet game after game. Nothing's impossible in this life. And hard work, teamwork and the spirit our club has, I think this is possible. I do believe this is possible. And one of the things that I would say is this, that to be back into the Champions League spots, we're going to have to beat the best in the Premier League. Because those teams, some of them are above us, like West Ham, and we have to go and show these teams that Newcastle United means business as we move forward. And then as we come towards May and the end of our season, well, we can look back and say, yes, it was a bit of a dodgy time, round about Christmas time, but we persevered. Our players are good enough to play in the Champions League because they've already been in the Champions League. And we still have the likes of Big Joe Linton to come back. And hopefully he signs his new contract, and that will keep Bruno within our ranks so he doesn't think about moving to another club. And moving forward, we're going to have the likes of Callum Wilson also back, which is going to give Eddie a little bit of a headache, but it's going to be a headache he's going to enjoy, because it may be where we put Alexander Isak and Callum Wilson up front as we come to the final games of the season. So good things to look out for, as well as Nick Pope back between the sticks to give us that final push that we need. So that's what I'm thinking, because I looked at the Premier League this morning. We've played 27 games, so that's 3 games to 30, including Monday, and then that's 8 games left to play. So we go on a real good run. Anything is possible that we could break into the top 5. But it means no slip-ups. It means our back line has to be super strong. Now I know Kieran Trippier is out. However, we do have cover, and we have good cover in those positions. So moving forward, our club, I believe if we put the hammer down and try and win as many games out of the 11 we have left, including Chelsea, we've got a chance that we can be in the mix for Champions League, and we can also be in the mix with the FA Cup by beating Manchester City in the FA Cup quarter-final. So nothing is beyond us. We just have to concentrate and take each game as it is, but each game with the motto, we're going to take the points today and put that in action. That's the hardest bit, you see. I mean, when you take our performance, what we had down at the Emirates in London, that was a disaster. However, we came back from that, and we can do that again. Because this is Newcastle United's best chance to push for Europe. And I don't mean the Conference League either. I want us to get back to where we were last season, considering all of the injuries we've had this season. So that's my thinking at the end of the day. And unless you're a new supporter just after our takeover, then you ain't seen the hard times. And I believe at the end of the day that we have a squad good enough to get us over that line. And then in the summer, we can get rid of those players who maybe they might have had one game. They might not have had any games because they're on the fringes. We can move them on to other clubs, and then we can rebuild with new players. And we also have, in the summer, we've got money coming from Adidas and Sela and others. So anything is possible. So as I say, I've already done my prediction, and I'm praying I've got it right, and I'm praying that at the end of the day, on Monday, we can do it again, and then we can carry that form into every match so that we have the mentality to get on that pitch and beat teams. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, and by the way, I do have the chorus now, so the songs will not be far behind. The videos I'm doing with Newcastle United and the videos I'm going to be doing for the ERC 20s. So thanks very much for watching. Give me a thumbs up if you like my content, and let's plough forward.